Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Chaos Child. It's October 9th, Friday. Hiroko Tashita was working at her part-time job as a grocery store cash register. What? She's a cashier, right? She's not a register? Her husband was always out working late, but he didn't actually make any money. His airheaded personality meant that he was perennially stuck in lower management. Her son was in college and spent all his time playing. She was spending a lot of money to send him there, but he'd grown into a selfish boy who constantly demanded cars and trips. Of course, their budget was always stretched to the limit. They hadn't built up any kind of savings. They lived in Shibuya, true, but she had to live with her in-laws, which didn't make things easy at all. The idea of going to lunch with her friends from the neighborhood seemed as remote as the fiction she saw paraded on the news every night. She wanted an easier life. Lately she'd been all sighs. Yesterday she'd actually sighed at work and gotten a warning from her boss. The store where she worked was along Meiji Road, about a 5-minute walk from Shibuya. The lunchtime rush had ended and things were calming down. She wanted to take a little break, but it wasn't break time yet.
合計で3127円になります。
The woman in front of her, who was taking out her wallet, was one she'd seen several times before. She wore fancy clothes and had a slender, attractive body. Her makeup was perfect too, even when she was only going shopping at a supermarket. She must live in a different world. Maybe she was what they called a celebrity wife. The woman seemed very anxious as she waited for her to finish. Tashita hadn't even handed over her change yet, and she'd already lifted up her shopping basket. What was bothering so much? Was she feeling sick? She did seem a little pale. Tashita wondered about her, but they didn't have enough of a relationship that she felt comfortable asking. She handed her the receipt and her change, and the woman quickly left. Tashita greeted the next customer, and then gasped. It was a man. Oh, that is spooky. And he was wearing a mask. The mask had the same design as those things they called sumo stickers. She had heard about the stickers on the news several days ago. She learned that lately they were popular in Shibuya and nowhere else. She had seen them several times on her way to and from work. It was a disgusting design, and the idea of Shibuya being overrun with the things made her sick. And this man was wearing a mask with the same design. That meant she couldn't see his face. His clothes were completely normal. They weren't particularly filthy, and he didn't look like a pervert or a crazy man. But that made it even stranger that he'd be wearing a mask to hide his face, and one so poorly constructed that it was obviously handmade. Was this why the last customer had seemed so anxious? The man was standing completely still. He didn't say anything to Tashita, and then she realized that she'd been staring at his face for quite a long time.
すみません。いらっしゃいませ。
She looked inside his shopping basket. Chemicals? It was filled with several bowls of instant ramen and a single 2-liter.
4378円になります。
As she gave him the total, she happened to see the customers in the other lanes. This time she was struck completely silent. Oh my god, they all have it? That's actually creepy. Like V for Vendetta, it wasn't just her register. Every single register. Oh man, had a customer wearing a mask. There were so many of them, and they were all standing silently. There were already 10 people lined up at a register, and all of them were wearing sumo sticker masks. The store never got this busy, even at lunchtime on a Saturday. The only thing the people in the masks had in common was that they were men. They all wore different clothes. A tall man in a sweatshirt, a fat middle-aged man in running clothes, a well-built man in a sweater, and so on and so on. Not all of them looked like they had steady jobs, but not all of them looked like they were unemployed. And not one of them said a word. They just stood there in a line, masks on their head, and baskets in their hands. I'm just imagining like he's not coming forward to pay. He's just not going to move forward in the line. That'd be really creepy. The noisy supermarket suddenly fell silent. All the other employees and customers stared at the men in the masks, eyes wide. Oof, it's even creepier that we don't know what happened. On my way to the student council room, I remembered that I'd been planning on getting a Mountain View and headed back to the vending machines. Only caffeine and carbonation, combined in the mightiest of drinks, could slake my thirst. Just as I was about to put my coin in the slot, I heard a voice I recognized.
お前手が足りないクラスの手伝いをしてるんじゃないのか。
そう、それ。お願いだから助けて。
She grabbed my hand and yanked me forward.
ちょっと待ってくれ。さっきからあちこち動きっぱなしで。
それどころじゃないんだってば。とにかくタクがいないと。
I'm too busy to listen to it.
見つけ
I heard the exact same phrase that I'd heard a moment ago.
た。先輩方、チャオっす。やあやあ、今日もお二人仲が良さそうで何よりです。
Man, weird.
え？有村さん。
あなた、
I know, frickin' Danganronpa.
宮代拓先輩。
Let me just say, like, I know it's a trivial detail, but it's really bugging me that when we found her in the Love Hotel, she had black ribbons, and now for days she's been wearing white. I remembered the words she'd said before. It was definitely Arimura who was in front of me now, the one at the murder scene, and the one who'd been talking to a detective about the case. I could feel myself start to sweat.
有村さん、なんで？
やだな、後輩なんだから呼び捨てでいいって言ってるじゃないですか。ねえ、リカ。リカ？名前、セリカでしょ？やだ？じゃあ、セリでファイナルアンサー？
Final answers in English.
ファイナルなのか、アンサーなのか。
What? I think we're losing track of what that phrase means.
アンサー。ついでに私のことはヒナでいっから。はい、声に出して言ってみよう。せーの。ひな。ダメ、たどたどしいぞ。もう一回。ひな。まだちょっち硬いけどいいとすっか。じゃよろしくね、セリ。
It is driving me crazy that she keeps insisting that people say things out loud. What was she doing? This wasn't the same Arimura who told me I was going to be killed. This was how she was when she talked to her classmates. This only made me wonder. Was she planning something? What was she doing in the Love Hotel that day?
お、どうしたんですか、宮代先輩。視線が熱いですよ。
あ、いや。
もしや、私に惚れちゃいましたか？
Yeah, that's it.
タク、そうなの？
違う、そうじゃ。
もう、そんな否定しなくても素直になっちゃいなよ、ユウ。あ、でも言っときますけど、私に惚れると怪我するぜよ。
I believe it. It was no good. I couldn't keep up with her energy.
というわけで、セリ、宮代先輩借りてくぜ。
は？
Before I could say anything, Arimura wrapped her arm around mine and pulled me away.
あれ、ヒナ？アディオスグラッシャー、セリ。また来年。
Bizarre. Wow.
あの。
あ、何ですか？
話してもらえませんか？
あはは、これは気が回りませんで。
She bopped herself on the head and let go of my arm. And then she led me further down the hall, humming as she went. What was she doing? It felt like she was up to something. Yeah, I wonder. She must have noticed I wasn't moving because suddenly she turned around.
やだな、そんなあからさまに用心しないでくださいよ。ひなちゃん悲しい。
She pretended to cry.
一体どこまでが本気なんだ。わけがわからない。
ほら、ここです。さ、入って。
Here, it's the kill room. She pointed to an empty classroom. What was she planning on doing here? Probably dropping her character and talking to me in secret about what's gonna be happening.
でも
I actually don't think she's an enemy, but She's really looking suspicious right now.
大丈夫ですって。取って食ったりなんかしませんからね。
あ、いや、ちょっと。
Damn it. In the end, I gave in and went into the classroom.
さてと、先輩にここに来てもらった理由わかりますか？
Oh.
いえ。
No. At this point, I will make this my second save point. And I will continue from here. There we go. Time to brace ourselves. Of course not.
心当たりないです？
That was the only thing I could think of. But seeing the way she acted today, it was hard to believe that it was the same girl.
どっちの姿が本当の彼女なんだろう。
Maybe if what I was imagining was the real her, then the reason she brought me here must be... Okay, here we go.
宮代先輩っていい声してますよね。
Yeah, it's not bad.
そうですか。
No one had ever told me that before.
実は私、昔から声フェチなんですよ。
I did not expect that. That was really none of my business.
宮代先輩の声って十分腐女子の干渉に耐えられるクオリティだと思うんです。
Quality?
そうかな。
マニアックな私が言うんですから、そうですって。
I'm really into this stuff.
というわけで先輩、今からここで私のためだけに朗読してください。
Oh, fair enough. I was waiting for singing, and I'm like, I don't think we're doing that. Well, I got some good news for you. I've been reading this entire game.
朗読ですか。
文芸部の活動の一環でもあるんですけど、宮代先輩にぜひとも。
It was hard to say no after all those compliments.
何を読めばいいんですか。
Just the English alphabet.
ですね。それは。
Oh god, it's gonna be some, like, smutty novel or something. Oh man, blushing, she took out a notebook. Here it comes.
じゃじゃーん、これを。
It looked like a normal student's notebook. There was nothing on the cover. I flipped it open. And then I blushed. I was only on the first page and already I was looking at a whole different world. Two pretty boys drawn in the style of a girl's manga were holding each other, mostly naked. It was drawn in pencil and the illustration wasn't that great. And there was even a dialogue bubble. Oh man. Oof. Pierce me with your Excalibur. She's got guts showing that to a student she doesn't really know.
これは
I don't understand. I mean, I do. Say it all sexy so the vision can come alive. Did Arimura draw this?
これ、私が文芸部で本を作る時用のネタ帳なんですけどね。やっぱ実際に男子に声に出してもらった方がイメージ湧くでしょ？
Boom, I'm a genius.
いや、そんなの僕には。
お願いします。
無理です。
どうしてもダメですか？私こんなこと他に頼める男子がいなくて。女子の友達は多いんですけどね。男子ってちょっと苦手だったりしちゃったり。でも先輩が嫌なら無理強いはできないですよね。
Arimura さん。
If she was really relying on me, I couldn't turn her down.
わかりました。少しだけなら。
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。
She smiled happily. Now that I had actually talked to her, I realized she was a strange person, but not a bad one.
で、どこを読めば？
最初からおなしゃす。
最初から？
It's like 1,000 pages. She wanted me to read this aloud?
感情たっぷりにおなしゃす。
Oh, okay, that's where we have a problem.
エロい感じでおなしゃす。
Yeah, no. Could I do that? I took a deep breath to calm myself down. I'm telling you right now, by the way, if it does a non-voice actor box, I am glossing the hell out of this. Arimura was looking at me with stars in her eyes. It was embarrassing. I couldn't tell her to look away. I guess I just have to do it. Whoa, what? Whoa.
そのまま僕に突き刺して。君のエクスカリバー。
Wow, he did it all sexy like. Also the freaking bananas. And I love that the faces are like, oh. Arimura's face went bright red. She started to pant, snort, and bang her head. The vibration is hysterical. The act of violently shaking one's head up and down, usually seen at a rock concert. It's definitely not something you see people doing by themselves during their daily lives. This was tougher than I thought. Mentally, I didn't know if I could do it. I wanted to get away as soon as possible.
もういいよね。
あー、ちょっと待って。次のページもお願いできませんか？
The next page, I flipped the page. There was a similar picture and dialogue bubble.
ささ。
Oh man. I gotta admit though, this is pretty funny.
お前のアイスキャンディー。俺の中でとろけさせてくれよ。
Jesus.
Yes! Yes!
She's so excited, she spoke another language. Yes, what?
次、お願いします。
I give up.
いや、やめろよ。この鬼畜巨根野郎。
Wow. Glad I didn't touch that one.
あ
Arimura had a look of ecstasy on her face. Her eyes looked like she was on drugs.
あ、先輩、最高です。最高にエロいっす。私、もう。
And then her whole body started to spasm. Oh boy. A bit of drool was dripping out of the side of her mouth, but she didn't try to wipe it up.
こんな興奮したの初めてです。先輩、これから定期的に朗読会やってもらえませんか？次は攻めの方のバージョンも聞いてみたいんです。
Wow. Even
それと今度は
smuttier.
文芸部の同じ趣味を持つ人たちも連れてきます。
Ooh boy. By the way, again, this is our fantasy, or at least what we suspect might happen, and we're just making ourselves more and more embarrassed.
大丈夫、みんな女子っすから、きっとみんな先輩の声にメロメロになりますから。ね、いいでしょ？いいですよね。
And that was how my career as a voice actor in gay porn for girls began. There's an epilogue to this? Oh, wait a minute, no. That's not what happened, actually. If that happened, I'd kill myself. But if that was her only secret, that would be fine. Well, maybe not fine. But it felt like the real Arimura was hiding something more dangerous. More dangerous than getting me to do read-alouds. That was probably why she brought me here. In other words...
事件のことですか?
Is this about your smutty notebook? What? What? I didn't... But what? Arimura's expression turned serious. I gulped repeatedly, feeling a little overwhelmed.
その僕も聞きたかったんですけど、あの事件の。
何のことですか？
Arimura suddenly smiled. She was smiling, but her voice made it clear that she was refusing to answer my question. I would have liked it more if she'd been frowning. I opened my mouth as if being pushed forward by some indescribable fear.
今さらとぼけたって無駄だと思います。そのあの現場に君がいたことは確かなんですから。君はどうしてあそこにいたんですか?
She was looking at me, but I couldn't read any kind of emotion in her eyes. I almost stepped back, but stopped myself.
なんか先輩、刑事さんみたいっすね。
And now she was back to her casual tone of voice.
くそ、なんだよこの子。
あの人は古い友人で、時々ああして会っていろいろと話を聞いてただけっすよ。
That was what she'd said before when she was meeting with that detective named Shinjo at Cafe Lax.
だから先輩が思ってるような関係じゃないですから、残念でした。
Yeah, but I mean that's not what I'm asking about.
は？残念？
お、とぼけますか？あんなところで落ち合ってたんだから、エッチな想像してたんでしょ。もう男子ってみんなそうですよね。やらしい。
Well, I mean, we did have naughty ideas just a second ago, but it was surprisingly not about that.
いや、違う、そうじゃなくて。
またまた、こんなところに連れてきたから、本当はちょっと期待してたんでしょ。でしょ？
だからそういうのじゃなくて。
It made sense now that she mentioned it, but honestly the idea hadn't occurred to me at all.
僕はただ純粋にその。え
Arimura looked at me with narrow eyes as if she was judging me. What was that about?
私が先輩をここに連れてきたのは、宮代先輩のことが知りたくなったからです。
僕のことが？
というわけで。
She started to rustle through the contents of a cardboard box that had been beneath the desk. Huh? What was she getting out? What was she going to do with me?
だからそんなに警戒しちゃ嫌ですよ。これ手伝ってほしいだけですから。
It was a huge stack of papers.
そのこれって？
今からこれ製本するんで手伝ってください。
This can't be it. This is why you isolated me?
Huh?
いやー、友達に頼まれちゃって。ほら、私って頼まれると断れないタイプじゃないですか。
No, I didn't know that.
待ってください。どうして君が頼まれたことに僕が借り出されなきゃいけないんですか？
交換条件で学食の食券2週間分くれるって言うんですもん。
だからそれにどうして僕が？
愚問な、そんなの2人でやった方が早いからに決まってるじゃないですか。
いや全然理由になって。
まあまあ細けいことはいいんですよ。まずはこっちのページから折っていきますよ。
She handed me a stack of printouts without waiting for my response.
ほらほら、口を動かす前に手を動かす人になりましょう。
Then she ignored me and started to work. This is weird. I guess that meant she didn't intend to tell me anything else about the case. The detective had said that Kakita, the victim in the revolving dead case, had been murdered, and that she was cooperating and exchanging information with him. But if I asked her about that, she'd find out that I had overheard her conversation at Cafe Lax. In the end, I was forced to help make pamphlets for one of the younger classes that I knew nothing about. Huh.
もうすぐ復興祭っすね。
そうですね。
やりにくいな。
何がですか？
それっすよ、それ。後輩なんだから敬語はいらないって言ってるじゃないですか。
そうですよね。
うん。まあいっか。そのうちおいおい後々後々ってことで。
Huh?
で何の話でしたっけ？そうそう、思い出した。復興祭。復興祭って言えば校庭にあるあの風鈴の飾り。先輩なんて書きました？
Oh no, call me out.
ああいうの好きじゃ。
え？
いや、なんでも。
Oh no. I said what I was really thinking.
うん。
僕それ書いてないです。言われたの忘れてて。
なんすかそれ、協調性ないですな。
I couldn't argue with that, but I had a feeling that no one got along with the group as well as Arimura.
でもそっか、その手があったか。私もそうすればよかったかもな。
I couldn't tell if she was faking or not, but at least on the surface she seemed sincere.
有村さんはなんて？
知りたいっすか？
She brought her face up close to mine.
いや、まあ。
私はね秘密です。乙女の秘密は高いのですよ。
What?
ふふ
I really didn't understand. There was the Arimura I was talking to now, the Arimura I'd seen with Shinjo, and the one that told me I was going to be killed. Which one was the real Arimura?
よし、できた。
え？
ちょっと先輩、まだ終わってないんすか？遅い。
ごめんなさい。
しょうがない。私が手伝ってあげるんで半分貸してください。
ありがとう。
No, wait, why was I saying thanks? Yeah, I was thinking that. All of this is technically her job. There was no reason for me to be doing any of this anyway, was there? What was I doing?
よし、できた。
I reached up to stretch my arms, and every joint in my shoulders, back, and hips cracked. I'd been helping people all day, and my body felt like it was reaching its limit.
あざっす。先輩のおかげで思ったより早く終わりました。グラッチェグラッチェ。
Spanish, now it's grazie is what, Italian?
それで完成したこれはどこへ？
ああ、いいっすいいっす。それは取りに来てもらいますから。
そう。
I thought about asking her about the case again, but decided against it. To be honest, the look on her face I'd seen last time still scared me.
それじゃあ僕はここで。
あ、先輩、ちょい待ちです。
え？
明日、渡部さんとの対談ありますよね。
うん、ありますけど。
Don't tell him anything. Even Arimura knew about it.
友達もみんな噂してますよ。今や先輩は注目の的。
Kazuki's classmates had been talking about it too. I guess it really was a big deal. That just showed how famous Watabe was, I guess.
で、お願いがあるんですけど。
Oh, here it comes. Her suddenly sweet voice made my heart skip a beat, but I tried my best to hide it.
何ですか？
その対談の時にあのスクープの元になった画像どうやって撮ったか聞いてくれませんか？
That is a good question.
え？
The photo for his big scoop?
渡部さんの記事に貼ってあったあの画像のことです。
Was that what she was talking about?
どうしてそんなことを？
まあまあいいじゃないですか。細かいことは気にしない。明るく楽しくいきましょうよ。
だけど
わかった。わかりました。じゃあこれあげますから、ひなえちゃんとの約束。
Arimura slid something into my chest pocket and pushed me out into the hallway.
ちょっと
じゃ助かりました。アディオスグラッシャー。
I took out the thing she put into my pocket.
食券
I was wondering if we would get any of those. And only 3 days worth. The nerve. Now that I was alone, everything about Arimura seemed somehow off. Everything that had happened, everything that she'd said, seemed like it was covered in lies. Everything, including the reward I'd been given, made it seem like I was being tricked. October 9th, Friday, still. We have ourselves some intrigue, but for now it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We finally got to talk to Arimura alone. And we did nothing with that opportunity. I mean, I guess we tried asking what was going on at the hotel, but we glossed over that so fast. The more we talk to Arimura, the more uncomfortable I become. And now she wants us to ask Watabe how he got that photo. Why does she want to know? What role does she play in this intrigue? I don't know, but of course we're going to find out. Until next time, everyone,